Hello everybody, in today's episode I will show you how to replace the window regulator on a Volkswagen Golf MK5. First, what you have to do is to remove the door panel. I will leave a link down below with a separated video where I showed you how to remove the door panel on this car. Just here, the switch is working, but the windows is not going down or up. The regulator is broken, and in this episode I will show you how to replace it. To remove the regulator on these cars, you will have to remove the door panel from the exterior of the door, and only after doing that you will have access to the regulator. After you remove the door panel, you will also have to remove the motor for the regulator, which is situated right here. And after that, you will have all around the door, you will have a few bolts to remove the exterior part of the door. As you all can see, there are a lot of bolts. And you will have on this side, you will have under the door, and you will also have a few of them into the left side. Just remove this plastic cover which is covering the bolts, and after that you will see all of this. First, what we have to do is to remove this little piece of the handle. To remove the handle, you will have to unscrew that bolt from inside there. You will have to unscrew it. Just make sure you don't unscrew it too much, because in some cases it can fall down into the door. To unscrew it, you will have to use a T20. You have to use a screwdriver which is small enough to fit into that hole. Okay, so now I'm feeling a little resistance from the bolt. This is meaning that we don't have to force it, we have to stop right there. We unscrew it enough, and now we have to come onto the exterior side, and we have to lift the handle just enough that we can pull the little part of the handle outside, and it will come out like this. After that, to remove the handle completely from the door, you will have to take a small screwdriver and remove that little piece of wire which is holding the handle and which is helping you to unlock the door. You have to push it outside of the handle and just let it sit right there. As you all can see, this is the little piece of wire which is holding the handle. Just let it sit there because you don't want it to fall down into the door. In some cases it can fall down, and to remove the handle you just have to push it forward, and after that you have to lift it up. Just follow what I'm doing. I will show you again. To install it, you just have to push it like this from the side, and after that insert it into the hole and pull towards you like this, and now it's fitted properly. And to remove it, you have to pull it to the exterior like this and lift it up. And this is how you remove a handle on a Volkswagen car. After that, you can start by removing all the screws and bolts from around the door. After you're done with removing all the bolts from around the door, you will have next to remove the bolts from the motor of the regulator. You will have 3 bolts, and after that you just have to push it outside and let it sit there. And as you all can see, I can already see the wires from the regulator. Just look at this. The regulator wires are broken. I think this is the original regulator. Let's go to the exterior and remove the door panel and remove it completely. To remove the door panel from the exterior of the car, you'll have to pull from it. Just make sure you don't scratch the fender because it's very close to the fender. You will have to close the door and open it in order to make you room to work with. And after it's coming out, like in my case you will have another bolt where the handle is situated. I forgot to show you earlier. This is the bolt which you will have to remove, and after that the door panel will come out very easy. Like so. This is our window regulator, and to remove it you will have a few screws on each side. You will have 2 at the top and 3 at the bottom. Just unscrew them, and first you will have to remove the glass. You will have to remove the window. Just pull from the motor down, and after that lift the window up from the place where it's installed. Just remove it like this, and after that you will have to remove the regulator itself. So this is our old window regulator. It's all broken and dismantled, and this is our new window regulator. You have to mount it in the same way, and as you all can see we have a zip tie here from the factory, because this will help us to not move the switch, I think, to not move the cables or something like that. Don't cut the zip tie yet. You will have to cut it in the end after everything is installed, and you will have to mount it onto the door. Just put back all the screws which came in with the new regulator. Now that everything is installed, we have to cut the zip tie and insert the cables onto the door. This is how everything is looking. We have 1 bolt here. We have another one in this side. This is the cables where are situated. We have another bolt here, and we have 2 more bolts right here onto the left bottom. Now what we have to do is to unscrew the bolts from the place where the window will sit. You have to unscrew them in order to make the window sit properly inside them, and after that you will have to install the window back onto the car. Just follow my technique. You will have to push first the right side, the lower side of the window, and after that you will have to push the big side of the window. Make sure you tie everything back together and you put it properly. And at the end, when everything is installed, you will also have to check if the window goes up properly. If it's not in some way, if it's not straight or something like that, you'll have to make a few adjustments. Okay, this is how it's looking with the window and everything mounted. You'll have to push it down completely on the clips. As you can see, in each side is the same. Now let's go to the other side and install the motor for the regulator. After you're done with installing the motor, we will have to check if the window regulator is working properly and if the window is closing properly and open properly. I just installed the button, the switch, and just look at this. The car battery is discharged. This is why the window is going up and down so slowly. I checked it with the car turned on and the windows go really fast up and down. So this is good. Everything is installed. This is how it's looking. So let's just put the exterior door panel back onto the car. So I installed every screw back onto the door. Make sure you install every bolt, every screw. Make sure you don't forget anything, because if you forget something, the door panel can be loose. This is underneath the door. This is on the sides. And now all you have to do is to install the door panel from the exterior. I'm not going to show you the entire process. This is how the door is closing, how the door is opening, everything is working perfectly. This is the gap between the fender. And this is, guys, how you replace a window regulator on a Volkswagen Golf MK5. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked this video and found it informative, please leave a like and a comment down below. See you next time.